All right, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Jay. I got a special guest in the building with me, man. My motherfucking homie,
Squad,
my motherfucking dog.
man, family,
I ain't seen
family.
them in a minute,
Man, it's been not that long, but it's been a minute.
and now
It's been
he
a
done
minute.
he done pulled up on me to chop it up.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, introduce yourself, man.
All right, man. Y'all know, man. I'm Ronnie. They might call me as Ronnie Mo. My name King. You know, I just try to stay focused, but I'm Ronnie.
All right, Ronnie. So let's jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? Cause you've been in this shit for a minute. You've been out here for a minute. You done seen a lot of shit change. So let's start from the beginning, man. What high school did you go to?
Well, I went to CN High School, Bulldogs. That's up north. I was originated, come from out west, so it was hard to get to a high school on the west side back in the '90s. So shit, they took me to the north side to CN.
Now I don't really know too much about seeing. I don't even think I ever rode past there. If I did, I ain't notice it.
That's
So
right.
was it like a mixed school? Did you have
Yes,
all
it's
races in there?
mixed. Hispanics, it's right there in the heart, right there on Peterson and Clark. So it's critical. It's over there by Mather. So no, seeing high school it's on the map, back in the day, but it's mixed crowd.
All right, with it being a mixed crowd, was it? Because this was what the early '90s.
Early '90s. I was when I went to high school. They had eighth grade then. You can go in high school and be in eighth grade, so that's like my 96, 97.
All right, so they had one of them. Cause my school was like that way. Where you had 7th to 8th graders in a special wing of the school and shit, and then if they once they graduated, they could have went to the our school.
Yeah, it was
when
just
they
straight
left.
eighth grade.
Okay.
Eighth grade. But yeah, it's something similar like that.
All right, so was it like? Did you experience any like racial shit in there? Cause it had to happen.
No, see, that's like, man, when everybody come with the race today in 2020, I ain't experienced no race, man. My time was gang banging, man. Like,
All right.
whatever clique, what gang you in, you got to be structured. It wasn't no, you black, you white, you can't do this and you can't do that.
Right.
Like, more than anything, people fear gang banging.
But in high school, it's shit. I'm gonna just be honest. It's like prison. So in certain schools, and I'm sure a mixed school like yours, you had the Mexicans with the Mexicans, the blacks with the blacks, the whites with the whites. But it was always certain people that could congregate through all those crowds.
So, yeah, it was like that. You if you walk into the lunchroom or something, you'll see they migrated to their own at the Grace, but it didn't matter. Like I say, well, I come from the 90s. Nobody care about that. You a gang you in or you're a neutron. That's it.
Right.
That's just that was flat.
All right. Now at some point you jumped into football.
Yeah, I was always playing football. I played football 6th, 7th, 8th grade. It's just when I went to high school, when you went to senior, like I wanted to play football bad. Like I was on it, I was good. But then you got the other superstars, and then I promise you, like my coach, we had back in the 90s, coach beat you up. So we had
Put them
coaches
hands
that be
right
beating
on
your
you.
ass and fucking doing that to your ass. So
And nothing happened.
like, yeah, man. So it's like more like beating and like screaming, yelling, and trying to have a structured team. So when I was playing football, it was good, but the gang started taking over.
So did it come a time, because you say the gang started taking over, did it come a time where you was like, fuck this football shit, I want to be in the streets or something? Like what opened the door for that?
The door opened when my mom passed away. My mom passed away, I was 14.
Right.
So my brother, it's only me and my brother, don't got no sisters. So my brother was like 19, 20. He wasn't even old enough to be a legal guardian. So he was able to go through the court system, got me into grammar school. He got me into the school up north. That was Kilmer at the time. Once my mom passed away, man, it was over with. But like a lot of guys or a lot of people that got a parent that passed away,
Right.
that means a lot. Because if you young and you gonna act up. I don't care who you is, but you like my parents ain't here. I'm finna do me. I don't care what nobody say. And at that time, my brother was already known in the gang,
Right.
like really big known up north. So he already had pull. And when you start gravitating to the streets, being outside, your friends start seeing that, you start seeing yourself doing that, not even knowing you doing it.
Right. So how old was you? 14?
14.
And then, okay, when, like, I don't know how, like, I saw it, but it was like I wasn't aware of it, because I was still a kid myself. And you probably was a little bit older than me, but you was in the streets. Did you see it, like, man, this is what I have to do, or it was just like you say, ain't had nothing else to do?
Oh, it was something I had to do. Jay, we family. It was something I had to do because being in the household with my brother, he's selling the drugs and like doing everything, bringing money in. It's like I'm seeing them chopping it up, shaking the bags up, cutting it up. I mean, old man, like for real. So I was like, I had no choice but to do it because if my brother doing it, he taking care of me. I need to pull my weight, and that's what all I thought. He never came at me like, "Oh, you need to get in the streets. You need to do this. You need to do that." It was just the opportunity. The doors was there already. It was just, should I do it or be a lame?
Was there ever a point where he was like, you need to slow down, you tripping?
Oh, no. He got to the point he didn't want me doing it.
Right.
He got to the point that he didn't want me gang banging. He didn't want me selling no drugs. But at that point, I was already in it. I had my little clique, my little gang, my homies. He couldn't tell me nothing. Right. But at the end of the day, I was bringing the money back to the table.
Right.
Like, he seen it. So now he like.
So you 16, 17 years old, and you got a pocket full of fucking money. So at that point, can't nobody really tell you shit anyway.
No.
You feel me? You out here doing your own thing, and then like you say, y'all was already out west, right?
Yeah, we was out west and up north. So I was born and raised out west, right. But we did all the gang banging hustling up north.
Right. And then jump off the porch. You got your little squad with you. Y'all out there mobbing. Like, what was the first life lesson you learned from being in the streets?
Man, you got to do it yourself. You can't run with people.
Right.
Everybody ain't there for you. And really, the negative is going to overcrowd whatever your thought process because everybody else got baggage too.
Right.
It was hard because you still want to be there with them.
Now, in today's society, you know, we see like rappers glamorize the street life. And I can't really say in the 90s, I don't know, maybe it was, but I can't really think of no music that was like glorizing that shit.
No, see, that's why it's good that you come like that because in the 90s, it was like riding music, cars, nice cars, probably a little money, but clothes wasn't rocking back then. Like, you got the ACGs, you got the Pelly, you got the
starter jackets.
But you got to push it together back then.
Right.
Now they had all, they got all type of I ain't see people wear cut up pants and all that. They wasn't wearing like that, man. So you got money, you just really just saving it, doing the drugs.
All right. So now at some point you transition from high school to Job Corps, right?
Right.
Like, why did you go to Job Corps? Like, what pushed you to Job Corps?
Well, really, we go back to when I was at Sin. Like I say, gang banging. So I got kicked out of Sin gang banging, boy. We was gang banging hard.
Right.
And the Moles, the GDs off Thorndale. People know. If you from up north, you know. You see this video, you know. It was rocking back then in the 90s. So at the time, I was gang banging. I got kicked out of Sin. My brother was like, bro, you going downhill. So he gave me the proposition. Bro, you got to go to Job Corps. Bro, at the time, I thought Job Corps was like, what's that school when they got the like military school?
Yeah,
Lincoln Challenge.
I thought that was like Lincoln Challenge. No. Lincoln Challenge something totally different.
It's one of us. So I thought that's how he was coming. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
So he took me there still. Job Corps signed up. And after that, once I finished and got kicked out of school, he sent me to Job Corps. Now after Job Corps, it was rough.
He's busting at the Job Corps?
Yeah, but Job Corps was cool. That's why I met my homie Q, man. Shout out to Q, man. My baby, I just met a lot of guys in Job Corps, man. But shout out to my homie Q, man. But no, at the Job Corps, I had to find myself, man. Like, you lost, man. You getting up in age and people sending you places to try to figure shit out. It's cool, but you lost, man. A lot of people think they can figure it out. You really can't.
Do you think Job Corps influenced you in a positive way? Like, did it help you in any type of way? Because a lot of people go into shit like that. Like you say, you already thought about it one certain type of way. So some people go into shit like that and be like, man, fucking, I ain't even trying to win in this situation.
Me, I already had it. It was a good experience, man. It's like college. Like I say, like if you 18, 19, 20 and trying to figure yourself out and you don't got nowhere to go, and you in the streets, at that time it was great for me because you're like on the campus. You got different type of race, females. You were all right there in one pack.
Right.
Plus, you get a trade. So you can pick up a trade. So if you really trying to do something with yourself, you pick up a trade.
Now let me ask you: Do you think high school would have been more beneficial if you'd have saw it all the way through, or do you think Job Corps was more beneficial to you?
At that time, nobody ain't want no high school.
Right.
I didn't care about high school. Especially, like I say, anybody that was in the streets, selling drugs, whatever your hustle was, school wasn't it.
Right.
Sitting in no classroom, especially if you not comprehended. A lot of people out here think they comprehend it, and they don't look at it as why you stop school or why you don't like that teacher. No, bro, you just don't comprehend, bro. You don't understand what's going on. So now your mind's so disturbed and so confused, you lash out in the anger way, or you don't show up.
Right, you can't even sit through
You
a
don't
full
want to
class
sit.
day.
Then no, you can't. You don't. Now you a class clown, or you in there hollering at your homies. Now you in school for what? To kick it with your homies, see your friends.
Right. Now you graduate from Job Corps, right?
Right.
With how many trades or what trade?
I got a trade in welding.
Okay. Now, did you ever put the welding certificate to work?
Yeah. I worked at 35th and Racine and Midland Metals for at least a year.
Now that shit sound dangerous, big dog.
Yeah, I got offered to go underground water welding too.
Oh,
in
now you would have been lit.
But you
Can't swim?
No, it's one of them, that metal rod punctured that suit. It's with
Yeah,
the pressure.
you deep.
You deep. So it's you got, like I say, people come with you with opportunities, but it's your decision to make that right decision and do your research. You can be like, yeah, I'm doing it because the money. But then when you get there, a lot of people, you take these trades or you take these positions that's something that you really don't want to do.
Right. And
now you in it, now you don't got to drive. So it's like you wasting your time.
Facts. I definitely went through that part of my life where I put 10 years into some shit that I should have put 10 years into something else. And who knows where I'd be, you know what I'm saying, if I did that. So I totally understand when you say, man, fuck that ain't for me.
And that's why I thought then, like when they say that saying, fake it till you make it, I was faking it, bro. Going to Job Corps just to pick up a trade, I was faking it, bro. I passed, but I was faking it because it was hot, right? But it was the easiest trade to complete and graduate.
Right.
Because some of them trades, brick masonry, bricklaying, and electrical, they got a longer span to complete.
So you was scheming your way out there, bitch.
Yeah, bro. Like my brother wanted me to complete, but don't go there and just someone send you somewhere, then you don't take the opportunity to succeed or accomplish something.
Right.
So my mind was, I had my high school diploma because I still graduated. You can get your GED there and pick up a trade. I said I'm gonna pick up a trade. But I'm not finna pick no trade that it's gonna be lame. Like they got computers, you can be on computer on one. So I picked something that I'll be interested in, but it had a quicker completion.
So what did you want to be?
Growing up?
Yeah.
Period. Everybody wanted to be. I wanted to go to the NBA, be in the NFL.
Right.
I wanted to play sports. So I wanted to be in the NFL, the NBA. But at that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do, man.
Right.
Like I had money. I sold drugs. I gang bang. Still didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
I still didn't know what I wanted to do until.
All right. So you get out of Job Corps. Now you got a job at welding. What's next?
After welding, 9/11 hit.
Okay.
I was doing welding at that time now, and 35th Racine, bro, they got union and older guys. So now you intimidated. Like I said, you still going through this process of learning life, being around different type of people, different ages, different race, and different job ethics and people that work in the field of that job.
Right.
They've been there longer than you. So they bullied me up out of there, meaning that the hours, I was working the hours, but I was getting the harder jobs. Now they get all to the rookies or the people that's young because they like, man, you went to Job Corps, you got this in less than a year. I've been doing welding forever.
And they was hating on you.
Yeah, they even not even hating. I understand where they're coming from. When you look at a position someone been in so long, no, they didn't like that. So after welding, I was lost. Boy, I did it. Went back to the streets. Really, went back to the streets.
Now this time you jump back in the streets. Like what happened?
Well, man, I'm about to cross paths with Q. My baby. My life.
Shout out Big Cuz.
You already know. Once I crossed paths with Q, came back out west, started back hustling. It took off from there.
Now, did you ever look at hustling like, man, like I know the outcome to this shit?
Yeah, because I was working still. I had good jobs.
Right.
A lot of people, I always had a job. So I worked in that Finish Line, Foot Locker. I worked at Granger. So it ain't like I ain't had no good jobs. My resume ain't long.
Right.
But the streets is the fast money, kicking it. That was the opportunity for me.
So you was kind of like You was kind of like the smart hustler. You in the streets, but at the same time, you got multiple paychecks, multiple streams of income.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
I always.
So did you ever say like, from the street money? Did you ever be like, okay, man, I just made like $2,000 today, and you go back to work and be like, man, I only made $160 working 8 hours. Did you ever have a moment where you was like, man, I think I should say fuck this job?
See, in the 90s, man, you got a lot of people that mentor you. You can't hustle and not have no job or something to fall back on. That's what I've learned. My testimony, a lot of people put the game in me that you can always hustle, but you got to have a job. You got to be able to do something. So when that hustle go, you got to have something to fall back on. Police book you or something, I got a job. You just not. Matter of fact, back in the day, you couldn't have a certain amount of money on you without having no type of income and not saying that you got that income coming to have that money.
Right.
So they used to book you on that. So I just thought to have a job, man, have something to fall back on.
So you out in the streets, you get into it, and then at some point you get locked up.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, expand on it.
Yeah, man. Like they say, you can't have best of both worlds. So you can't work and hustle. So it's like you gotta have one or the other.
So what was where did the slip up moment come? Like, how did you get caught?
Being thirsty.
Explain what you mean.
Like getting up, you got the whole squad finna go on a joint and hustle.
Moving too fast?
No, who the first gonna go on the block first? Who the first is gonna be out there and get it?
Now I don't know how they doing it today, you know what I'm saying? But I know it was a structure to a certain type of shit. Like if you got 6 people on the block, then you alternate sales. You know
correct.
What I'm saying?
You rotate.
Make sure everybody gets to it.
Everybody. You rotate packs, you rotate the bundles, you rotate everything. Everybody get it. And majority of the time, everybody don't got the same. Everybody don't got the same. So
right.
Somebody priority wait, be you'd out. And they wait for another come up. So they waiting.
Right.
So you taking turns.
But it was always a structure. Nowadays you see you'll ride up on the block or you'll go in the gas station, you got 3 people outside trying to sell you some weed. And then that cause a problem.
Man. Bro, it'd be hard, Jay, when I holler at you. Like that's how they was raised, or somebody taught them how to do it that way.
Right.
Or it's just the thirst. Because number one, if it's 3-4 people running up on you, that shit might be some bullshit, man. About kids.
Facts.
So real niggas ain't finna run up on you like that unless they trying to get that shit off for a reason. Like, and then you just can't go anywhere no more trying to pull up talking about I want some weed, especially if you a smoker. You got to go to the place where that shit gonna be smoking, not just pull up at a gas station. So that means number one, something wrong with you. Right. If you go in the gas station and get some weed, you got to have better connects than that. But anybody that's running up like that, that's just the thirst, bro. They trying to get that shit off.
All right, now get back into how you got booked your first time.
Well, my first case, man, selling drugs, man, I got caught. Man, police booked me. Really, I was on house arrest, so I went in first time, dress in, dress out. They give you house arrest, go home. I was on house arrest fighting that case for like maybe 6-7 months. They gave me probation. After that, I already knew how it was, the gang, hustling, getting booked. But I knew that wasn't for me. But shit, it was just like an eye opener. But when you first get booked, that's like a slap on the wrist, man. They ain't gonna do nothing to you, really.
Right, they just let you in, let you out.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing. And I got caught with like a couple rock bags, a couple weed.
But you say it was an eye opener, but at the same time, you say it was an eye opener, and then you say you knew it wasn't for you. You talking about jail or you talking about hustling?
Jail. Because what I mean by eye opener mean that now you know what's the gift and the gab of the game, what to do and what not to do, how to move now. For some people, you got to make them couple mistakes to be able to know what to do next, or how your next move would be. So I already knew what my next move would be to how to not get booked.
So technically, your first time going to jail taught you a lesson.
Correct.
On how not to get caught again.
Yeah, that's all it did. That's all it really did. Taught me because.
So you never had that moment where you was like, all right, I need to stop this shit. You
no.
Was like, I need to be just smarter this time.
Just be smarter, bro. You couldn't do. No, because when you go in, jail cool. It's a place that you can learn something that, like I say, any man, don't make the mistake, but you go test that water. Right. And it'll make you think, that's not for me. Some people like to go back and forth. That's for them.
Right.
But me, Once you go in and you see how it is, you'll feel that ain't for you.
Now, did you go to jail again after that?
Yeah.
Now, what you go to jail for again?
Drugs. And
And
drugs and
now
consequences.
Now I know personally you caught a case that changed your life to the point where you was like, all right, this ain't the path for me.
Yeah, because I did a longer bid.
Right.
Do a longer bid. I did like over close to 2 years. Man, now you see what's really going on inside.
Right.
Like you go in and out like I'm good. I dodged the bullet. But when you in there, you sit down. It like I say, every man is different. So you want to be around a lot of niggas, nasty ass niggas, diseases, And the sad part is when I went in the county, I was on count. Yeah, I won the most, so I went on count. I was on the deck with one of the brothers that had the building. So I was cool. Commissary straight, but that's not what you want to get used to.
Right.
Like, I don't know how you can get used to writing letters or some chirping on the phone, like trying to get a call through.
Sitting in on a hard ass bunk.
Sleeping on the floor then.
Right.
When I got booked, I don't know about what they doing now. When I got booked, it was straight to a cell.
That's
so
crazy.
One of you better hope you ain't on the floor.
Now, you say you sat down for 2 years. What was the hardest part of that?
People passing away. Grandmother passed away. 2 of my uncles died. So holidays too. So the hardest part, honestly, in my heart was going to court thinking you gonna go home and you ain't going home.
Right.
Like you thinking you finna go home this holiday, they finna let you go. Like you gotta pay a lawyer. So you finna go home for the holiday? No. Continue. Them continuous is a motherfucker. Them ain't no week 2 week continuance. So I think the hardest time is thinking about when you finna go home or you need that out date. Once you got an out date, man, you already know when you're going home.
Right.
You in the county, boy, fighting the case, you don't know when you're going home.
Is it hard to stay out of trouble in jail?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's lame, man. It's lame, bro. Like, you go on count, you got your little food, you dipping with your homies, you just be around a certain people that you know trying to do better for themselves and get out the situation they in. Right. Some people not really trying to get out this situation. Why would you be around them? Because they're going to bring you down and put you in a situation that you don't want to be in.
Right.
So, no, you can get through jail. Anybody, I don't know. If you ask me right now, what's the longest I could do? Probably 2. I ain't doing no 5, 7, 8 years. I can't do that, man.
All right, now, boom, you get out of jail this time. You got that eye opening. You say, nah. This shit really ain't for me. So what's the next path you take?
I was working. So when I came home, my last day I came home, trying to find myself still. I was working, doing little side jobs with my brother, helping, working. But my teacher crossed paths with me with the dentist shit.
Right.
Once she crossed, it was just a small world. My brother was working on her car.
It was a teacher from high school?
No, a teacher from the dental assistant program.
Okay.
The hygiene program.
So you didn't know her at the time?
No.
Y'all just started talking?
Yeah, because I was working at Pizza Hut. I still work, try to keep money and keep myself busy. Right. But that wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay. Plus, I got 2 felonies now, so it's like I'm up in age. I can't keep filling out job applications knowing they're going to shoot me down because I'm going to say yes, I got convicted. If I'm a convicted felon, I'm going to say yes. I'm not finna lie. Right. So you're going to tell the truth. And then you got to sell yourself in the interview. You probably don't even get to the second interview. Sometimes you get to the second interview, don't get to the third. Or it's always with something.
How many times did you actually have to go to, or was it ever really hard finding a job?
No, because I had a resume. And plus, you got a mouthpiece. You know how to speak and talk.
Right.
And communicate and act like you really want to work.
Right.
It'll show. That's the problem with people. It'll show, man. It'll show. Whatever you do, however you deliver, if you want a job, you really want a job, it'll show. It'll show that you really want it. Because you call.
Because you got a lot of people out here right now that they got 1 felony and swear up and down they can't find a job. They just ain't applying themselves hard enough.
That's why I don't rock with niggas like that, Jay. Like, them niggas, like anybody, females too, don't care who you with. Don't care if you got 5 felonies, nigga, you can still get it. If you never went to college, you never got a student loan, you never got a grant in your life, don't care how many felonies you got, you can get it. Right. Because you never messed up. It's just like house arrest. If you mess up on house arrest, they ain't gonna give you house arrest again. So if you got a grant and you catch a case and get found guilty, they're gonna take it away. But you'll never be able to get a grant or a student loan again. But if you never had that, you take the chance and try to do it.
Right. Now that's something that I always admired about you, because I know a lot of people with felonies. I know a lot of people that done gave up on life, but it was something in you that was like, man, fuck that. I can't be nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy that, like, you say you bumped into the dental assistant lady because your brother was working on a car. So it was like God was showing you the way, like, bro, like, it's bigger and better out here.
Yeah, God always been in my life, man. God always been in my life. You know, God is real. If a lot of people don't think He real, then you lost. That's number one, because He real. You ain't waking up on your own. You ain't moving your arms on your own. If you think you moving your arms on your own, something wrong with you. But at the end of the day, that's another topic.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that once everything happens for a reason, and when she came at me, she like, you know, they finna open up a dental assistant program. And I'm like, I was infatuated with teeth. I'm like, I don't see myself at 12. I was like 35, 36? No, 34 maybe. I ain't see myself in no school, bro. And I ain't no car carrying no bags. I just came home.
Right.
No, I did not see myself going to school every day.
What made you do it?
Ain't had shit else to do. Like
Some had to push you.
Well, let me say this. When I came home, I was helping my brother doing side jobs, doing a U-Haul, helping people move. You know, like people come rent a U-Haul truck. He was an authorized U-Haul dealer.
Right.
So people come rent the U-Haul truck, shoot my ass, me and my little crew, we can help you move your stuff, you know, a certain amount of pay. I was getting my money then, but I just told myself, you know, I'm just tired of not having something that's strong that nobody can take away from me.
Right.
Well, then you can't take away from me, but I wasn't really in it.
Right.
And once I crossed paths with the teacher and I went up to the school, like I say, anybody, you got to try it. You can't knock something until you try it.
Right.
So I wasn't knocking it. I was just doubting myself. I ain't finna be doing this shit. Who the hell gonna help me get on the bus every day to go to school? But my brother and dad helped me.
Right.
But once I got into the school and got into the program, I took the test twice, boy. Before I almost gave up off the test.
You failed it twice?
I failed it twice.
And then you passed it the third time.
And they was not finna let me go. But the first two times, I failed that. And I'm like, man, my kids.
So what, they wasn't finna let you take it again?
No, they wasn't finna not let me not
They like,
give
bro,
up.
you right. They
Because
like,
you got a counselor and my teacher. Like I say, it's when you got a counselor, they gonna call you. But when you have a teacher that know more of you than the people in the school,
right,
you can't really run from that.
Right. I was having a conversation with somebody and I was telling them, like, I feel like that's why a lot of kids don't succeed in school now, because back in the day, we all had a teacher that showed something in us, or that saw something in us, and that damn near loved us like they was family, you know what I'm saying, and that always will push us. So it's crazy how that lady was on your ass like she was on your ass.
And I can ask you this, Jay, like me even asking you a question. You don't have to answer. Think about the people in our era now, and they always talk about their teachers. Majority of the teachers was old.
Fact.
Majority of my teachers was old, bro. They wasn't young. These
they was
kids
60
now,
when you was in school.
Right. These kids now got young teachers that's 30 years old.
Fact.
Go outside and kick it, turn up, get drunk. So when they come to school, one of my ladies I used to talk to, daughter used to tell me, they teachers come in that boy drinking coffee and just sit down. And I could not believe what she used to tell me.
Right.
And this is at the age of 11.
Right.
So think about all these kids coming up with these teachers. These teachers young. They there for, matter of fact, majority of these people right now in these careers there for the paycheck.
Facts.
They went to school, now they just want the check.
But yeah, I think it's go back to the point of actually loving what you do and having a passion for it. Because the lady who you ran into, she has a passion for that shit.
Yes.
She probably didn't know everything that you had been through in your life at that point when she first originally talked to you.
Nope.
But it was something in her that said, hey, let me put him on game. Let me get him something that he may be able to use. And now look at you now.
Yeah, and what she told me, what stuck with me, and remember I told you at the beginning of some of this conversation, she said she was doing dental assistant for 30 years. And she took care of her son. And majority of the time, you want a career that you can be in that long. Not no McDonald's. I don't see myself in no McDonald's, Walmart for no 10 years, bro.
Right.
No. Not Walmart, unless I'm a store manager or something. I got to be able to move up. Every job I had to move up. I'm not staying in one spot. So when she told me that, I was the first student in the program. I was there by myself. She helped me comprehend.
And you was the only person in the class?
I was in the class by myself for the first 4 months by myself.
So that was something that she actually started?
The school started. She was the teacher, yeah.
And you was the first student?
First student to graduate. When I crossed the stage, there was only two of us to cross the stage.
That's crazy.
I was always in the newspaper, Skokie newspaper. But what I'm saying, she helped me comprehend. It was no distraction.
Right.
And that's when you sit and think about the older you get, all the distractions, because the kids was coming. Now she's so close to me, and she pinpointed Jay like, look at that kid, he just here because his mama sent them.
Right.
I'm like, shit, I'm in this bitch because I need this shit.
Right.
My mama ain't send me here. My daddy ain't sent me here.
Right.
Jail sent me here. Like, I don't want to go back to jail. The streets sent me here. Right. So when I thought about it, you start seeing how they act. So I'm like, nah, don't sit at my table because I need this. And you got to stand up. Every student come, you got to introduce yourself, who you are, your background, where you come from. So everybody felt it. Plus, I was the only black kid in the class. I ain't the only male.
Man, it's crazy looking back on life and everything you done been through to get to this point. Because it could have been a gang of shit in your past that was like, man, just give up. Just give up. So what kept you pushing?
But my kids pushed me. You know, my kids pushed me, but man, you just want to live life, man, to the fullest. So if you look, you gotta have that type of self-motivation. You got that self-motivation, that self-confidence about yourself. You got some swag to know that you can do it. Nobody can't tell you can't. That's all you need. And I wasn't giving up because I like money, I like clothes, I like shoes.
Right.
I like to stay fly. So in order to get it, you got to do it yourself. And ain't nobody else going to do it. Nobody finna do nothing for you.
All right, now if you can have a moment with anybody that's listening, like we don't know what nobody going through that's gonna actually see this shit, but take a moment like that lady took a moment on you and just get a people something to I want to say motivate them or tell them that you know it's more out there for them.
Yeah. Biggest thing is, man, you just gotta stay focused. Watch your circle. You gotta watch your surroundings. You gotta be with people that's leaders. Leaders follow leaders. So if you're around someone that's gonna motivate you, bring something to the table that's positive, gravitate to that. Because at the end of the day, you don't know that person and nobody don't have to come to you with no proposition or know something that's gonna better you. So you just can't be afraid. You know, I just try to tell my black people, you know, don't be afraid for change.
Right.
You know, if you don't want change, then you ain't gonna change. And that's the biggest thing I look at. Put the man upstairs first. You got to believe in God. Wake up every day with a focus and a humble to know that you can get it. You know, if you know you can get it, then all that side hustle, that ain't going to make it. So if you really want to be focused, I know it's hard to get a job. I know that the economy messed up, but just don't have nobody around you that's not on the same page as you. Right. That's the best thing I can tell you. You know, if you struggling messed up, don't have 3 people around you struggling messed up too. And nobody coming up with no idea or coming up with a plan, I don't know. I got to be around people that's focused. So just surround yourself around positive people. Surround yourself around someone that's trying to make it. If you really want to be self-motivated, it's out here for you. You just cannot give up. You cannot fail. You cannot believe that it's not out here for you. Fact. Don't let nobody put nothing in your brain and say it ain't. That's the biggest thing, man.
All right, now, before we get out of here, let the people know how they could get in tune with you.
Well, man, Jay, you already know I don't do that social media, but, you know, I'm on Instagram, only for 04TL still, only for the real.com king. I'm on Instagram. It's so crazy. I don't be knowing my name, man. But, you know.
I know you be Snapchatting.
I be snapping, though. Y'all can follow me on Snapchat. That's on the real, you know. But y'all can follow me, man, at King versus Ronnie, 04TL on Snapchat. And on Instagram, if you want to find me, I don't really do too much, but you can always follow me. Ain't nothing wrong with having some followers, somebody to follow each other back, watch each other, make sure we straight. But I'm King 04TL on Instagram. Good things come to those who wait, man. Always remember that.
Hey, Ronnie, man, I appreciate you for coming to chop it up with me. You know, this was the first one that I just sat through and I was like, I'm gonna have a nonstop conversation. Like I ain't had no questions for you. We just really like chopped it up. Yeah,
because you know we go way back. You know, Jay, number one shout out, man, to my homie, man. It's my cousin, man. Y'all don't even know, man. Q mama adopted me, so I'm adopted to the Ambroses. They already know who I am. Majority of everybody gonna see this, but no, Jay, I appreciate you too, letting the world know who I am, where I come from. No matter what, you'll never know nobody's testimony until you hear it from themselves.
Facts.
So you know, I'm well, man. You know, God is good. Wake me up every day. Stay focused, stay humble, man. It's one love.
Hey, man, this has been another conversation with Jay, man. I appreciate y'all for listening. Like I say, y'all can listen to it, the podcast exclusively on the Illinois app, man. Go download that today. If you want to watch the visual, then you can watch the visual on YouTube. Just follow me on YouTube. I mean, no, don't follow me. Subscribe. Think Ill Media on YouTube. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Gang.
Squat.